Morning, everybody. It's Bill Kanda, Chairman of the Board of Commissioners, Custer County. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. Time is 9:00, 9 o'clock. So I'll call this meeting to order and please silence your phones. And
You're good.
now can I do it again?
Turn the sound off.
Okay, so it looks like we're ready to start, so please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please join me for the invocation. Lord, we just come before you and we thank you for where we get to live and what we get to do and the freedoms that we have. We thank you for the moisture that we got up on the mountains. We just keep pleading with you to bring more rain and to soften up our roads for motor grading, brighten up our fields for harvest for our ranchers and our farmers. Lord, we just ask that you would place your blessing upon this county and upon the citizens that reside in it. In your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lucas. Can I have a roll call, please, Kelly?
Commissioner Kanda.
Here.
Yeah.
Present.
Commissioner Vogelsong.
Here.
County Attorney Dan Slater.
Here.
BOCC Admin Caitlin Womack.
Here.
And Clerk to the Board Kelly Knapper present.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have audience introductions and we'll start with the most famous guy in the county, our road boss.
This Road Bridge. Jim Shadland. Clifton Watts.
Online, how many we got?
5. We got Bill Smith, Brian, Vicky White, Vernon Roth, and then random phone number.
Okay, we got a random keeper today.
Yes. Magneto.
All right, thank you. Any amendments, Paul?
No.
Lucas?
Baseline construction management bid. I do not have that bid yet.
Still.
Also the refinance of the balloon payment. I do not have finance options from John Deere
Getting
on that.
back in.
Nope. So I don't have those here. So,
Okay, so we'll have to call them up.
so we'll, and that's not due till next year anyway. So
We got that.
we got some time on it.
So we'll knock out, we'll just X those out and we'll just do it in order.
Baseline's a long way.
Okay. Paul, you have anything else?
No.
I don't either. Okay, minutes. We got minutes from April the 15th. Tax day minutes were not gonna be pretty.
I'll make a motion to approve the BOCC regular meeting, April 15th, 2026.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of April the 15th like they are presented. I didn't see anything else there. Good job. Any other discussion? All right, now all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Focus on that.
Can I? Okay, commission items, Paul, or let's say Lucas, you can be there. It was me. That's me calling myself. Should've-
Al's calling.
Yeah, I thought I did. Go
So
ahead.
been in communications with CDOT and Baseline. The estimate has creeped up quite significantly. Asphalt is significantly higher, almost 4 times the price. And these are, of course, just engineering estimates, but they're so we're getting close to that grant, that CDOT MMOF grant not covering that project completely. So I'm waiting for some other numbers, mainly that management bid, just to see where we're gonna go, what are we gonna do, and what do we want to do going forward. So I'll have more information coming hopefully in the next couple weeks by next meeting. So we'll see what we can go from there. We did not get the opioid grant, so the community service hub is, we'll have to look at different options there. Let's see, we had our, kind of our community forum for the workforce housing at Tony's last week, Wednesday. I think it was a fairly decent turnout, just people milling around, going through the different stations, learn the who, what, where, when, and why, kind of, so to speak, on that project. We'll have a couple more, as time goes by. We're getting closer and closer on, the bid for just the design of that and get that contract before us. So I think Dan's working on that with Keith Meyer and our workforce housing committee chairperson, Barry Keene. So working on those things. Yeah, that's kind of it for now.
Okay, we had a good workshop, or discussion that we have on, just the road and bridge contract. We did, that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a workshop on the road and bridge, that grader. We also had a workshop with CTSI,
Yeah.
on all of our stuff, on our liability insurance, big time.
That's worth mentioning because we shot it up pretty high, and the trend we hope is reversed here for accidents.
Yeah, we need to take control of our accidents. That's for sure. Is what we know.
Okay. Oh,
Few things, trying to work with Whitmore Fire Board. That's tonight. I'll be down there for that. That starts at 7 o'clock, so open to the public. And we'll be discussing the EMT support there this evening. Trying to get working with Florence, and then I'm also gonna make first contact with the fire chief in Rockton. He covers the southeastern corner of District 2.
We need
Tomorrow night, the office down in Wetmore, I'll be down there till 6 o'clock if anybody wanted to stop by. Starting to kick off tomorrow, a little delayed with some other activities that went on. So we're set up, that'll be the last Thursday of every month to marry up with the fire board on the last Thursday of the month. I can attend those. And then I'm working on getting that set up for a Wednesday after 3 o'clock to about 6 or 7, depending on flow. Yeah, make it a little more availability in District 2 since they don't normally come up the hill. Other than that, everything seems to be running pretty good. Road and bridge is getting out, working hard. I have happy people again.
yeah, road and bridge, you brought it up. I was gonna mention, Vince, thanks for setting up and I'll say this publicly, I say it all the time, Vince is prioritizing all our roads according to the use and the criticality and how bad they are. So it's a balance. And as you know, it balances out so that when he gets done with the last one fixing it, the first one he fixed it, do again. And he's chasing it. So he staged everything on Monday and Tuesday, I guess, and hit Hosey Flats is the way I like to look at it. All the Hosey Flats got nailed by him. So, and unfortunately, there's just not enough road base on the roads. And he hits the rocks, got to lay new road base down to really fix it. So it's going to be a big project one of these days, going to happen. So we're going to be looking for a road base. Also, I want to make sure everybody understands that from an Upper Arkansas Water Conservancy District point of view, we need water for the road base. We also need water for fire protection. And so the fact that we're going to have a very dry summer, it looks like right now, if you look at the mountains, it's not looking good. That snow that's there is pretty good, but it's going to melt fast and be gone and we'll be out of it. So we have a contingency that Vince has been working on to move our pump that's up at the upper end of that to pull water out for the roads and for fire protection too, when he load up these water trucks from the upper end of that lake down toward where the old restaurant used to be. And that's something that we gotta work with the people out there, and you're still in the middle of negotiating that, aren't you, Vince? So, but in no case will Upper Ark cut our water off for those uses. I mean, that's for all counties, that's the case. So, even on a dry year. And the other thing, that I would bring up is, things are going well with, the courthouse ballot, team that's working that, issue to get it on the ballot this fall. And it is, first quarterly report was due, got that in, but we haven't had any expenses to reimburse yet. They haven't billed us, they don't need to, probably until it's completed, in August is when we're due to meet all our milestones. We've done 3 milestones so far on our plan that we turned in. And in the middle of the third one, we got 2 others on top of that to get ready to write the initiative and get it on the ballot for county. And we got April the 6th, or August the 6th still on the schedule as the deadline. Is that soon enough?
Yes.
Still? Okay. And with that, we can continue with the rest of the show. Attorney items, how about it? Dan, you've been busy.
Yeah, just to follow up on the workforce housing, that we have a draft contract that we sent over to the developer. They're still looking at it. I know they had one set of updates to it, but they were gonna get another set of updates before getting it back to me to review those things, so it's in their hands at this point. And then I've just spent the last week or two really going blind over personnel policies.
Yeah.
Bob gave me at least a dozen new personnel or new or changed personnel.
I hope so, because
Uh,
we gotta be consistent, like, that's the whole point, is be consistent across all, directorates.
I think it's fair to say that, when we're done, the employee policy manual is gonna be completely rewritten.
Good.
There's some pretty significant changes that.
Yeah.
You guys should be coming to you guys all here, I'm assuming in the next week if it hasn't already. I got it, everything to Bob, the last set to Bob yesterday, so hopefully he'll get those to you soon.
Yeah, and they're going out to all elected officials, so, and then we've got them on the 20th. Yeah, for that agenda.
Yep. And then while we're on policies, just real quick, because you're part of it, cease and desist orders are, a process has been developed with the sheriff's office and Delana on, making an appointment with a posse member accompanying her, when needed. As well as, the sheriff on emergencies, he'll do it too, but they need a 2-day notice, and then they'll go out and put the tape up, do the stuff that should be done. So, and you'll be involved in that.
I need to comment on.
Yeah, go ahead.
policies.
Yeah.
I brought this up. It's been a while ago, in the last year, about updating the Cora policy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind that the Cora requests come to me, but I cannot be the middleman anymore, and I'm becoming the middleman. If I get a request and it's for
Anything.
any other office that I can't fulfill, I should be able to send it to that office and they take care of it from that point. But that's not what's happening. People, they email me, well, ask them this, and I email them, and then they email me, well, tell them this, and
The
I.
person that's asking the core request, okay.
Well, the core request in the office, I'm becoming the,
Right, I get it.
I don't have to.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way.
So who should be the middleman?
Yeah, I think that's the other question.
Yeah.
Well, when it's assigned to, like, let's say it's assigned to, JD. Then he becomes the guy they should be calling for the information, whether the request be fulfilled.
Questions of the court request, he should ask them, not me. I put this out to the county clerks statewide. To see how other counties are working for
Is that what they do?
this.
Give it to the attorney.
Most of them go to the county attorney.
To be fair, most counties have a full-time county attorney, just. Yeah, yeah.
That's-
Well, then it would be a tandem ad.
It sounds like
Yeah.
it's legal and.
Yeah.
Because in some cases, he would have to be involved anyway,
Some of them go to
And
that.
and you do.
Yeah, but I always send it to, I mean, I always send them to him anyway.
Well, that's fair, I think, and why do?
But I don't have the time to, I mean, I've spent a
So-
week on this last 3 court requests.
So whose policy would that affect? Would it be your clerk's policy saying all that is?
That's your policy.
I know it's our policy, but I'm wondering
Yeah.
how we, just
We
get
have
Bob to
core
write,
policies, we just need to.
just write, rewrite it.
Amend it, I guess, to.
Yeah.
see
So
what-
we can put that on the list of the policies that Bob's.
Well, but that's not a personnel policy, that's a.
Right.
I know it's different policy.
That's what Bob wouldn't necessarily be involved with, that would be.
Just an operation.
It would be Kelly and
Stand-
us and whoever to rewrite it.
To be. I guess what I'd say is maybe Kelly and I need to sit down and come up with a proposal.
Okay, then let's get something that we can agree on. Would be a resolution of some kind, probably.
Yeah, yeah, all policies are adopted. by
That's right.
resolution, So, yeah,
So it'd be our,
we just need to find a policy, because I don't see it on mine.
Okay, I will send it to you.
that means it was handwritten.
Well, and there's a. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah.
So just get it to me, I'll make a first crack at some change.
And you know, while they're doing it, things like the Lena's policy with the sheriff or the sheriff's policy on that. As
As
interaction
operation.
probably ought to be included in the updates wherever we're doing it. Okay, good point. Anything else, Dan?
No,
Okay, how about Caitlin?
Really the only thing I had was the ARPA annual report was submitted last week. And you're in a position to close out that grant. The closeout will come after the reporting period is closed on Friday. So,
We leaving any on the table?
No, spend it all. Then it's going back.
Yeah. Good. We got a good track in the sand because they're auditing it everywhere, I hear. That's good. All right. And else, then we'll hit some unfinished business and you, do we have that new, contract now?
that's it.
We do.
Yeah.
So that would be the town of West Cliff and the sheriff's office contract that we talked about last time and they said it was gonna be the same. It didn't, it looked like it was gonna be the same. So Dan, before I read this, are there any other changes? Was there something significant in it?
Not that I'm aware, I am, so I didn't draft the changes, these came directly from the sheriff's
Right.
office, so. I'm assuming that these are the same as what we've had every year, because that's what I was told. We'll just change it on, the year. And this does look like what we've had every year.
Right, and this is an agreement that is entered on the first day of January of 2026. By and between the town of West Cliff and the municipality corporation town. And the Board of Commissioners, Custer County, Colorado. And the sheriff's office.
Make a motion to approve the town of West Cliff and sheriff's office contract.
I'll second.
Okay, and so it's been moved and seconded that we accept the intergovernmental agreement between the town of West Cliff and Custer County Sheriff's Office. So any other discussion up here? And there. Okay, and it has been signed by the sheriff and by the town mayor. It's by that signature. Whose signature is that?
That looks like Paul Winky's.
It sort of does. Yeah, it is. I think it means being signed by us.
They've got a new mayor now.
Right,
That's
but
right.
it's retroactive to the first, so we'll do this.
So this was before is this, how do we, because the first, what do we know?
I don't know when he signed that, so, I mean, if he was the mayor when he signed it, then that's effective. Yeah.
And it says first day in January.
No. Wait, I know that's not when, that's the effective date of the contract, but
That's sort of back.
I guess we just need to check with the town and make sure that he signed that when he was mayor.
Yeah.
Let's do that and then we can sign it up in our building after the meeting's on.
And just be clear, this wasn't just
All right.
things left over from last year that.
Mhm. Right. Okay, any other discussion? Anybody got questions out here? So I will call for the vote and I'll restate it. It'll be to approve the contract pending verification of the signature on the mayor of Westcliff. It was actually the mayor at the time. If not, we will bring it back.
Well, we don't need to bring it back, we need to make sure.
We need to make sure that it's signed by Westcliff, meaning it'll be back before we sign it.
We can sign it, we don't have to wait unless it was signed.
I guess that's true because then it becomes effective.
Yeah, we don't have to be the last. one to
Okay,
sign it. We
all right,
just need
and
to
we'll sign it after the meeting. Okay, cool. So any other discussion? All in favor, say aye, Paul.
Aye.
Lucas. Aye. Can I? Good deal. Okay, and then we'll start the new business portion here. So accounts payable is up. Go ahead, Lucas.
So I'll go through the amounts over 5,000 or close to 5,000 and above. Through 4/29/2026. The county attorney, Dan Slater, general file, for his contract is business with us in the amount of $5,031.50. Health insurance, Delta Dental of Colorado. This is for April and May's group coverage in the amount of $6,771.04. Health insurance, Meritain Health, coverage and claims in the amount of $111,870.53. Government, Software Assurance Corp., GSA, for the county assessor. It's the second quarter software and support in the amount of $10,321.75. District Attorney, Office of the DA, Jeff Lindsay's department, April and May's payments in the amount of $25,216.98. Road and Bridge, Mountain Valley Excavating for crushing in the amount of $123,750. This is for attainable housing or workforce housing. TKM Appraisal Services. This is for the appraisal of the village at Silver Cliff land in the amount of $4,800. A grant paid for that. That's so the total for the last couple weeks is $352,028.15.
Was that appraisal for
For those 12
those
lots.
12 lots? So that we can figure out how we're spending the money or asking.
It's for the value of that ground for Keith Meyer basically to go see what he can get, and it's part of a match for the grant, but it's the value of the ground.
Value of the ground, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's clear. Okay, good. All right, I'll move that we accept the AP report. So, as read. Any other discussion here? Anybody question?
Nope.
Online, we're good. How many we got online? Anybody new?
Yeah, there's fair amount, man.
Okay,
You
that,
have a scroll block.
you do? Okay, good. Modern technology. Okay, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor of approving the AP report, say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Lois, aye.
And aye. Okay, next out of the chute is the Department of Human Services falsification of child welfare records, quality assurance and investigation and notification policy. And that would be
That'd be me.
you.
This is a revision to the policy, given to Custer County Department of Human Services. And the, effective date being, April 1st of 2026. And it is a policy change on the same thing that was just read, qualification, child welfare records, quality assurance, investigation and notification. And it just puts this into, I believe, is it right, Vicky? It just goes into the current policy. Okay, I make a motion that we accept the Custer County Department of Human Services policy revision dated
I'll second it.
April the 1st, 20.
I'll second that. So quick note, want to congratulate and make sure everybody understands that Vicky White's been doing a great job since she's been here. And I think part of this was a result of some changes at the state too, from what I heard. Is that true?
Yes, that is.
Big driver. It brings us into conformance with the state, which is funds this whole department.
Yeah.
Any other discussions?
No, just a lot of outstanding work by that team.
Okay, any discussion?
Everything that.
Show land. Anybody on? Vicky have a comment? We good?
She's gone. Okay.
Okay. Okay, therefore I'll call for that vote. Hearing no other discussion. All in favor, say aye. Paul?
Ogleson, aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
Kanda, aye.
Very good.
Good.
Yeah, that wasn't defined very well.
Okay, next up is the resolution 2626, sale of the water tank and trailer. To adopt this resolution, this happens to be a government, what do we call them, DRMO hardware that we have at the sheriff's office. It's a water tank and a trailer that are separate items because they can be detached and used separately. So I will read that resolution real quick. This is a resolution authorizing the sale of the water tank and trailer. Whereas we have the water tank and trailer from the DMRO program, asset ID number 22. And whereas the Board of Commissioners has determined the sale of the water tank and trailer is in the best interest of the taxpayers of Custer County. We have got a good use for this one. Also, the Board of Commissioners desires to confirm and authorize this, sale. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Custer County by the resolution state that the sale of the water tank and trailer from DMRO program and asset number 22 to Brandon Luke, how do you pronounce it? Brandon Luck?
Should be welcome.
LUEKE to the amount of $1,501 is hereby authorized. The funds for this sale will be deposited into the Sheriff's Office Military Surplus DMRO Fund 10-42110-37201-525. The Custer County, number 3, the Custer County Sheriff's Office is authorized to execute any documents transferring the sale and the said water tank and trailer from the DMRO program as may be appropriate. And just as a side note, this would be approved and adopted this day, 29th day of April 2026. Also, it is directed by statute that the proceeds go into the sheriff's deposit to be used for sheriff's equipment and that other kinds of things, which is kind of helps us out just as an aside, because it can be used for capital improvements, I think, in that area over there, which saves us some capital improvement money for the county as well. Okay, any discussion? I move we adopt 2626.
I'll second.
Any discussion more? Discussion out here? Anybody online? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of adopting resolution 2626 as presented, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Ogleson, aye.
And aye. And that takes care of that. The next one we deleted, and so that brings us to the consideration of the purchase of the grader. Yeah, you want Mick to come on up, Vince? Say hi, give us a quick rundown so the public hears what we're doing here. We did have by the way, an open workshop on this issue as well as the other equipment that Vince has got road and bridge wise that needs to be upgraded, maintained differently or sold. So Vince, talk about this.
Okay, the reason the purchase of this newer grader is anybody's been around equipment knows after a certain amount of years, they get age on them and it gets costlier more and more to keep them operated on a yearly and monthly basis. So the newer the equipment is less maintenance on them, and that way we can, maybe in our budget for next year, we can cut the maintenance budget down a little bit and put that into material budget for asphalt, gravel. Cause the equipment's just aging, you can't keep up with it, it just costs too much money.
Hold that thought just for a quick second. It's important everybody knows. A lot of counties do a lease program.
Yeah.
So they're using new equipment all the time, sort of like people do with a car, keep them current and don't have to maintain them. But this is not gonna get us there that quick because this is a step toward that
Yes.
possibility. Okay, keep going.
This grader is coming from another county entity, so it's got service records on it. And it's half the price of a brand new one. And our mechanic went up and looked at it and drove it and test drove it up there, and it's in good
Up
shape.
there is what's
In Buena Vista, it's in Chaffey County.
and it maintained the dirt roads within. the
Yes,
city-
they
city
plowed and
limits.
it's all set up. It's got rippers on it. It's got the front plow is on it to put our front plows on it for winter time. It's 6-wheel drive.
So it's coming with rippers, but not the plow.
No, the plow doesn't come, but it's got the plow attachment.
That's for
Yes.
The attachments.
the hoist. Okay. And what's the sale price?
215 something.
1,500.
Yep. A brand new grader out the door, today's price is 401,000.
Okay, any questions, boys?
Is Chafee, who's financing this?
That's what we need to discuss.
Yeah, they're getting to discuss it, the sheriffs.
So we had our workshop and we looked at budgets and what we could do, possibly move things around, and we thought we might be able to do it sometimes, and then we thought we might not be able to do it. And what's the latest, Lucas?
Well, so the latest is whether we want to decide whether we want to spend the money and we want to take out of
Right.
the money that we put in there to make that balloon payment. But we have to sell some assets to make up the rest of the cash. So I had moved half the balloon payment in there as a this year, and was gonna do another half next year to make that balloon payment next year, plus the remainder of basically what we make on those 2 graders that we have now that we're still paying on. So with that, yeah, we can do this, but
Probably be best to wait and see.
What the balloon payment-
Well, we gotta get the balloon payment
Refinance.
refinance. That'll help us understand how much we can save back, right? And, or use differently,
we can,
or we can approve.
or we pay this out cash, or I've got lease to purchase from UBB Bank at 4.75%, which gives us roughly a payment of just under 50,000 a year. But we can always pay that off early, depending on what we want to do, but
How long is it? When's this have to be decided? So you got a deadline of May?
Paper I gave you a couple weeks ago that had May 7th on it.
Yeah.
so it
So,
gives us 1, 2, 3, that's five years is what I've done for payments on that from UBB Bank.
so we need to make the decision today.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
we thought we'd have more information on the balloon payment.
Well, I think, is it smarter to just pay it off and pay ourselves back?
Well, I I say this, if the county has the money, instead of having to worry down the road for a payment and then things get tight. If we got the money, pay it off. I know that's how I would do it if I was in private business. But it's up to you
I
guys.
think, knowing that we're gonna probably, we know that the balloon payment refinance will help us get free of some of the debt that we would have had.
We are selling one of the.
I am selling one of the other blades. I can't give you a price.
And we do have that. Okay, I'll make a motion. I move that we pay it outright, the $215,000, and then knowing that we will reimburse the capital improvement fund with the sale of the grader you're gonna sell. And what else? There's something else that was, well, any other equipment we've got to do that, but that would save us money without paying the profit to a bank to finance it for us. I think is a smart. That's what I would.
And here's the motion, 215,900.
Yeah, pay the exact price. Any second on that? Or redo it?
I'm just saying, as long as we have the funds, you know. We can do it, but it's cut us
You just don't want to cut you guys short.
short, yeah.
You gotta save a little bit back in case of something.
So what does that leave us?
Do we have time to see what, if that balloon payment is going to be financed?
Do you guys
So we
want
know
me,
it's gonna be fine.
do you guys want me to call John Deere today after I leave and talk to the representative down there and see if we
Is that
can
Chad?
Chad, and see if we can get a little more time?
I think they left, and this is my understanding, when they talked to us, they left with the understanding they will refinance. They just didn't know what the terms were.
The interest, wasn't it, Lucas?
I didn't get it. I didn't get any paperwork from John Deere.
No.
No, we haven't gotten anything from them yet. They just
So,
left to say they
I'll
would
make
be
sure
back
you guys
with
are-
it.
get that
I
today.
understand that UBB wanted more information on the value. Is that true?
Not that I know of. All we got is what they said that they would do it for.
Knowing that we would be good for the payment.
I don't know, Lucas, can we afford the 215,900?
Now, the other thing we could do, make the motion, is to get that payment going first and then pay it off once we know where we stand with the rest.
I mean, we have a lot of options of what we can do. We could make payments on this. We're still refinance. I think we're probably gonna have to refinance that balloon payment anyway. If we want to continue to float mill levies down.
Right,
I mean, if we don't wanna float mill levies down, then
you pay it off.
we can pay it all off. But if we
I like that.
float mill levies down.
So the motion could be, we just work real time on the whole project to save the most money we can. We need to pay it, we need to buy it first. And so we're gonna have to pay the money up front, either from the loan from the bank. Can we get it in time?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
They'll write a check for us.
yeah, they'll do what we need to before May 7th of
Okay,
next week, but.
Alright, that's only a week away. It's
It's
Thursday.
just gotta be in our motion that we're gonna go and we're gonna pay cash or we're gonna go with
Alone.
the loan.
okay, so I made that motion. It hasn't been seconded, so
So if we pay the cash, we're gonna sock. Roughly. The whole 259, cause we don't know what we're gonna get for our used grader,
that's right.
but
Put it all back.
you're gonna take. You're gonna go from 550 in cash value in the capital improvement fund down, well, that whole amount, so. The 215, so
That's all we have left for the year
all we have left in that,
for that.
cash fund, yep. Yep, that's all we have.
So then we ought to probably that would make us lean toward the lease route, wouldn't it, first?
Well,
And then we can pay it off if we
The fine.
decide that later we can pay that off early.
it'd be a loan,
Yeah,
It would be a lease purchase.
Lease purchase.
Yeah.
at least.
Not a loan.
Not a loan.
yep, not a loan.
Lease.
You don't get loans.
Okay.
I like that idea, but we need to pay the cash so we
It
need to
just
pay
gives us-
cash to Buena Vista.
It's just
That
good
cash
to
can come
read
from the
it,
bank
that's all.
and we'll pay the 50.
Money's gotta go to John Deere.
Yeah, because we're buying it actually through John Deere.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then
I just
Okay,
see,
so I will amend that motion then to, move that we, pay the cash through the bank with a lease to purchase $50,000 a month.
I'll second.
Is that?
No, it's a year.
A year. See that, we're gonna pay that off very quickly. Okay, clear?
You good?
Got it, Kelly?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she really adamantly.
No, it's just that we don't have a clue what's gonna happen during this year, so we're.
I like that way we've got 200K sitting around for now. Any
And
other?
the cell.
Okay, that's the motion. Got a second on it?
I did.
You did it, okay.
What was the interest rate?
4.75.
That's pretty good. Actually, it's better than a used truck.
Well, yeah, it's just that. I
Okay, any other discussion?
Just that I talked to Dan about those two graders that we're looking at that are very old. And he said that the life expectancy of it, if we kept using it 40 hours a week, they would go down probably next year.
Right, so there's no issue about selling our grader,
I just want to add that.
and there's no issue about us getting a better grader.
The issue is can we afford it?
And the issue is, it looks like we can.
Right.
So any other discussion? I'll open it up to public, anybody?
What year is this?
2021,
And it's a John Deere.
yes.
With
And-
low,
And it has 2,700 hours on it, and our new graders that we put your John Deere a few years back got the same hours on it now as this one's sitting in Butte Vista.
And these have been maintained as well. So we
And
got
I'll just add that it is going back to Four Rivers, which is John Deere, and they're gonna go through it as like if we were buying.
They're gonna do a warranty on it.
No.
We just
can
have
get-
the
You
history.
can purchase an extended warranty if you want to through John Deere, but do you want? well, I
We got
good
our own
mechanics.
warranty shop, and that would be
I have
Dan.
good mechanics, so.
Yeah. Okay, any other discussion? You got it written down good? Well.
I have a question.
Wait a minute, who is this?
This is Brian Lockhart, landfill.
Okay, Brian.
I didn't know how to raise my hand with this new, I don't know, Windows or whatever
You
I
did
got.
just fine saying you got a question.
Wow.
That's good enough.
I'm just curious, where's the finance director in this? Is he not a part of this conversation in this meeting?
He is, he went through, that's what he did for us and Lucas's,
So we just have the options now of which way we want to go. Whether we want to spend the cash or whether we want to make the finance payments.
And,
But he was in
all the meetings.
our workshop and
He's
he's been part of it through it all.
Vernon's online.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did.
I was just curious, that's all.
Good question. Vernon was in the middle of it, and we got lots of options, and that's why we had to discuss it here. It's a public meeting.
To add to that, Brian, Vernon is online with us today also, so. And he hasn't chimed in on anything because everything that we had spoke about has been discussed in that workshop.
Okey-doke. Any other comments? I'll call for that vote. All in favor of the motion to purchase the Univista grader on a lease to buy option through Kirkpatrick at $50,000 a year. Say aye, Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Volos on aye.
Kanda, aye. Good job. You got anything else you want to sell?
I just need to buy them, but we can't.
Wish you'd sell.
That's it.
All right, thank you, Vince.
Thank you.
You're on a sign mission now, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
get new signs on these roads. All right, thank you.
Thanks for the yield sign there, Vince.
Okay, we got the next one up is the CDOT Construction Management Policy 23 form.
So this form is, a consultant waiver request, form. It's basically what allows Baseline Engineering, who did the engineering and design of the project, to also submit us a construction management bid and
Tell everybody what the
construction
project is.
of the, sidewalk project that's in front of the courthouse. It will take the current sidewalk and move it down to right beside the street. So as you open your doors, you're opening right onto the street. It also makes it handicapped accessible there off the street as well. So this is paid through by MMOF funds, which are both legislated money in Denver, and also comes, partially of the money comes from our bag delivery fees that we have, that's up to 28 cents retail delivery now. So this is
Fully funded.
this is, well, it was fully funded. The estimates are now coming in higher than what we had thought about last year because of the oil price right now. So it's not looking very well. So we'll see what
they got.
everything comes through. So they're going back. But what this form does and what this waiver does for us is it allows Baseline, CDOT's gonna waive, most of the time they would make us have a different firm be the construction management. We don't have that in-house like bigger counties do. So this is the way that they can kind of, Baseline can manage the project for us. So
Good. Okay,
so all I need is your approval as to whether you want Baseline to, I mean, they're working up that construction management bid for us, but Dan has reviewed this.
this is what they use all over the state.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
standard CDOT form.
Yeah.
For a waiver for the CDOT. CDOT normally requires that the construction management and design be two different things. But they'll waive that requirement in instances like this.
Good. Okay, I will move that we approve the attachment one, the chief engineer memorandum consultant waiver request, Colorado Department of Transportation for local public agencies request.
I'll second them.
Any other discussion? So,
No, the only thing there is, there's quite a bit of concrete in that involvement also.
Yeah,
So
sidewalks.
concrete's gone up, fuel's gone up, yeah, and
I mean,
everything.
wire sidewalk.
Yeah, the whole project cost of everything went up.
Yeah.
It's been going up about 5% a year from the original estimate, so 10% overall.
I think originally it was 250,000 roughly. So
And it's been what, 2.5 years or something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
this waiver covers 100,000 to 500,000, so if it goes up some, whoever pays it, hopefully it's the state.
You will before
It
you
won't
leave.
be us.
no, it will be, if anything's above.
I know. Other than what, unless they understand. In some cases, I've seen because of, extenuating circumstances statewide impact, they won't hit us.
Well, they would but the state has clawed back a bunch of MMOF money for all the districts, all the TPRs, RTPs, regional, transportation planning regions, and because of their deficit, so they've clawed back a lot of money, and
Yeah.
there's just not a lot of money there, so.
And that would be a good reason why we save the money to kind of spend maybe 30 grand if we had to, for example.
Yeah, we'll see what
What they
everything
come back
comes
with.
in at, so I hope and expect to have this on May 6th. Agenda, so, or I mean, May 13th agenda, so, yeah.
Yeah, remind everybody, we do not meet the first week of the month. Unless there's an extenuating circumstance, which we always have,
Right.
some workshop or something. All right, any other comments? Been moved and seconded, comments, public? Any other issues? Okay, then I'll call for that vote. All in favor of approving the agreement with the chief engineer memorandum 2024.-2, say aye. Paul?
I,
Lucas?
Aye.
Kanda, aye.
not a date. Oh, well, there will be.
There will be.
Their signature page on the
I
back.
just wanted to say,
Once they,
There will be when I sign.
once
Yeah.
they,
okay, I just looking for a date.
okay. We, all in favor, say aye, Paul.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
And I. Darn it, that's the end of it. Okay, anything else? We got additional items of business to bring up?
Just a thing I did not get my whole notes read is that, we have a MOU that's going into effect with the Upper Arkansas Weeds. And that will be coming very shortly. Their meeting is on, I believe, the 5th or 7th, so our weed is in full operational mode as soon as we can kick it off.
So that'll be on the agenda for the next.
Yeah,
We cat. Okay, any other comments?
No.
Okay. Given that, any other public comments from anybody who came up? Questions? Anybody online? Okay, hearing none, I will adjourn this meeting at exactly 9:52. We beat it by